Romain Sarrazin beat over 100,000 gamers who enter GT Academy to win a professional racing contract. He is now in the intensive GT Academy driver development program, with the aim to gain his International C racing license and to reach the level required to race a full season against experienced pro racers. The GT Academy coaches are working daily with Romain to give him as much track experience as they can.
Through experience and past drive development programs, we've found it much better to put the guys in lots of different cars to try and just make them more versatile as drivers. And I think if you've got the ability to jump in any car and pretty much get your head around it straight away, it does make you a much more rounded driver later on down the line.
Being a racing driver is about adapting with different cars, different tyres, different drive platforms, front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. It's just all about maximising what you've got. The best way to learn a new car is just preparation. Watch videos, talk to people and test if you can.
To help the new graduates quickly improve, they have regular personal training sessions where the GT Academy driver coaches work closely with the rookies.
This is where they learn to become racing drivers. Here, this is the nitty-gritty, this is where they learn. This is one-to-one tuition in quick cars.
So we're here at Bedford Autodrome today, focusing on a few key skills. And one is being as versatile a driver as possible, so we get them to drive lots of different cars and drive those cars in the shortest time possible at the absolute limit. Some of the parts of the circuit are dry, some are wet, so we get the guys also to get a feel for the grip levels through various corners and at various points on the track.
It's here that we can push, we can improve our driving skills, so it's a really important part of the DDP because it's here that we progress and the coach can provide us help and some tips.
They set up different scenarios for us, so maybe speed and maybe consistency, but ultimately we're sitting behind that seat, we're getting more time with a bit less pressure to improve.
What we want to do, ideally, is not have that power lift power. We want to go power. It's very important for a racing driver to be able to adapt and drive multiple different vehicles. So we take them through the spectrum, really starting with a slow rear-wheel drive car that doesn't have an awful lot of grip like a Caterham, building up to one of the Palmer Jaguar JPLMs that has high downforce. So we really are teaching them to deal with downforce, deal with slick tyres, and then actually take all that grip away. We'll simulate, tyres that have gone very bad by actually doing just that, putting bad tyres on the car, and seeing how they adapt their driving style. And it's just trial and error, but importantly, they're repeating the exercise plenty of times. That's no power, that's half power, that's full power. Anything in the middle is a trade-off. All right, let's do another 3 or 4 laps, just like that.
We tend to sit in the cars with the guys because it speeds up the learning process. We can feel exactly what the car's doing beneath us, and it really is a sport based on feel, and obviously time is limited with the driver development program.
When you're driving for 1 hour, 30 minutes in a GT race, your car will go from car number 2, where it's perfect, and if you overdrive the car and the tyres start to wear, it will result in 1 hour's time and it'll feel like this one. The brakes aren't quite so sharp, the car moves around more, and you have to adapt and evolve with the car. So being able to feel the grip, drive to the limits of the grip but not beyond, and evolve with the car is crucial.
The PTU sessions are an opportunity for the drivers to push themselves to the limit, but this can lead to mistakes, spins and offs.
For me, I think mistakes are a fantastic thing. They're brilliant. It's how you learn. We can't make mistakes on race weekends. We don't have the time or the money to repair the cars or just the signature losses. So we get all our mistakes out of the way during the PTUs while we're under one-to-one tuitions. We can evaluate them. We can go back to the classroom. We can understand why that mistake was made, how it developed, and more importantly, how not to make that same mistake again. What I wanted you to do was almost keep it quite tight here. I don't like it when we're kind of coming wide and we're really out here and the wheels are sort of spinning, because ultimately we're screwed for this corner.
They want us to push, they want us to feel the limits of the car in essentially a controlled environment with them in the passenger seat. They don't want us doing that on the weekend where that can cost us a signature or a finish, and ultimately that's our focus on those weekends.
they do make a mistake, I expect them to put it right very, very quickly. And it can be very frustrating when you ask a driver to change or adapt to a situation and they make no attempt to change. And we had a little bit of that with Roman this morning.
So the car is very different, yes? Yeah. Well, are you hearing the car hit the smash against the ground like I am? Yeah. But you keep doing that. Even when I'm telling you not to go on the curb, smash! As if it doesn't matter.
Sometimes they told us things that we don't want to hear, but it's really good for learning, and it's hard, but it's like that we can improve.
Ahead of the afternoon session, I think, or I hope, we'll have a much cleaner run and have a very productive afternoon.
You're going to do some driver change practice. Okay. Because currently it takes you 15 minutes to strap yourself in. Yeah. You've missed the race.
With up to 2 PTU sessions per week, the GT Academy graduates can work on and rapidly improve numerous driving techniques and reach the level the team require. The success of previous GT Academy drivers has proven that the extensive training they go through in the DDP to make them comfortable in any type of car has been extremely beneficial.
So the amount of categories that GT Academy winners have participated in and won in keeps growing all the time. We've had race wins in LMP2. Some of the newest GT Academy graduates have won the Bathurst 12 Hour in GT3. A lot of GT4 race wins as well, and I've won single-seater races in GP3. There's a lot of categories where we've got podiums in. It keeps racking up all the time.
There is still a lot of work that new GT Academy winner Romain must do before he can win a podium in a major championship. To help his progression, Team Principal Bob Neville is aiding his development with the test day of one of the cars he'll be racing during the DDP. The team is at Snetterton Circuit to test the 370Z GT4.
Well, Romain's first time in the GT4 car today. He's done a little bit of racing, as we know, and he's been doing very well. So it's a big step for him. We're just hoping that we can get him round and keep him out of the wall.
The aim is really to learn a lot, try different lines, different braking points, and I'm gonna try to see what is the best.
The approach is pretty simple when hopping into new cars, and that's just to not get on the loud pedal too early. You've really got to feel your way into the car. So for me, it's just going to be going out there, reading the track as much as I can in the first couple of laps, and then just trying to build that confidence lap by lap.
I'm looking for them to enjoy the fact that they're on the way into a more powerful car. I'm looking at the way they're getting into it, and they all do seem calm.
I'm really excited because it's my first time in a proper race car. I think it's going to be amazing.
With its sequential gearbox and 3.8-litre engine producing 410 bhp, the 370Z GT4 is the most powerful car that they will race in the driver development programme.
They've got adjustable brake bias, traction control settings and ABS settings in the car, so there's a few more things for them to take on board. The car's faster as well, but also they're using proper wet tyres, which they haven't used yet. There's lots for them to learn today.
Before the rookie drivers are able to test, 2011 GT Academy winner Jan Mardenborough will first take the cars out on track.
We've got Jan Mardenborough here to set the car up regarding the ABS and the traction control and all the technical issues the car has on board.
It's really important to have the car set up correctly. These guys can jump in it in these wet conditions and feel as comfortable as possible. If they jump in the car and everything's not what it seems, they don't know anything different, so they have a level playing field for their future references as well.
Having experienced driver Jan in the cars will also help the coaches chart the new graduates' progression.
So today I'm going to be putting down some times for the guys as a benchmark so the guys can look at where they need to gain some speed, and you never know, I might learn some new things as well.
We can compare them directly to Jan, and it speeds up the learning process. We can show them where Jan's faster, how to improve their driving, what they need to change to match what Jan is doing.
First up to test is the more experienced rookie, Matt Simmons. After his run, Matt passes on some helpful tips to Romain.
And choose your gear shifts wisely. Okay. That's all. I had a few moments coming into the hairpin where I just over-blipped the car a bit. It just lift the rears up. Okay. Yeah, it just gets a bit loose. So other than that, it's fun.
Okay.
Heaps of fun.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah, a little bit. But heaps of fun.
Romain gets out on track, and after a steady start in the changeable conditions, produces some fast laps. Only 1.5 seconds down on Jan's benchmark time, but the coaches want to make sure that he isn't pushing too hard in the new car.
We don't want them at 110% because we don't want them going over the limit of what their ability can do, and obviously, you know, crashing, damaging cars and things. We want to get as close to that as we possibly can, but having them just inside it, so they're on the limit of their ability but not overstepping the mark.
Romain comes in after a successful test session, and the team are pleased with his progress.
Well, he's gone on really well. The car's all in one piece, and he's been doing some good laps. So, yeah, we're really pleased with that.
You did a really good job, improving all the time, and you got on really well.
It's been a very tough day. The conditions on the circuit are very difficult. It's incredibly slippery out there, but they're both learning and they're both doing very well.
They've done a good day's testing. We're delighted, really. I'm delighted.
The graduates will continue to gain experience on track right through to the end of their DDP and try to show the coaches that they have what it takes to be a pro racing driver. Join us next week, where we see how important teamwork is to a race team and how the graduates settle into their new lives as racing drivers.